These are the best highlights from today's 2024 LEC Summer Playoffs matchup.
Blade is being denied XP, but the fact that he got that level 2, while Adam only just now ticked over to level 2, we kind of look at all this XP being shared. TP now comes into the bot side of the map.
Pull it out. Mundo goes where he pleases, drops on the ground. That's denied. That means CC can now hit him as Broken Blade walks up the top wave. He's thinking, what can I do? But Slice and Dice in between, and the auto attack still connect. He dives for it as meanwhile on the bottom side, there's a trade for Adam. Yoink flashes away. Summer takes another turret shot. It is better for BDS through bot, and Adam getting one there at least means an advantage.
Random because of Mickey, so he's got an experienced lead and now wants to lean that into bot lane.
And now with the damage in bot lane as well, it makes it easy to get this engaged. Labrov has his summoners available, but how are they going to pop it here? Good route from Yike. The cleanse comes out as Mickey jumps in for another dredge line. Part 2 is even better for Ice. He gets a return kill as Mickey goes too far.
Now, it's an interesting dynamic that, honestly, we've seen from G2 many times before, where their early game is still under question.
Yep.
Right? You kind of look at the goal and you think, oh, it's not too bad, and ultimately you're right. But the next question then becomes, well, who do we favor when it comes to the late game?
Maybe Adam just gets too tanky to kill, but right now he's not. And Yike realizes that.
It comes back to your point. Let's try and escalate once again. Underneath turret, there's Dominus popped immediately. Root down because the passive is down, and Broken Blade gets the kill as he pops Adam right into the ground.
A very clean dive. And G2 finally finding some success in some of these early plays.
Yeah. It's
going to set up this Renekton beautifully and kind of further exacerbate the experience difference that was already there a little bit, but is now going to be a full level gap between the two.
Dagda asks, and they shall receive. G2 with an early game top that now moves up. You can see Xe just picked up as well.
Turn my attention to Caps as he makes his way back out onto the map. Very nice farm from him, 122 CS, 11 minutes in. But here comes Yike, and here comes Sheo.
Oh, Dredgeline does connect though, and TP is going to be coming down from Adam. The arrow to commit onto the jungler, but they haven't killed him yet. As he flashes away, BDS re-engage on the summonerless Hans Summer. Man, he's been calling Hans Mama after getting taken down as BDS commit all, and they want more gold to speed it up.
Really good play from BDS. They knew Adam had TP advantage, but now Adam needs to get out from underneath the tower. Should be able to do so. But it will leave Broken Blade with that alone time on the tower to take that one for himself.
We've just been seeing throughout this early game that Ezreal, Maokai, and Rakan just have a stronger 3v3.
Yeah.
And then that was only further reinforced the moment that Adam joined the fray. You saw how slowly they were actually working
The
through.
turret's going to go down.
It's very clear that their priority is just securing this turret, but also I think that G2 don't seem to like it when Hans Summer is put behind. We kind of look at the overall plates, you look at the overall gold. G2 find themselves with a 1k gold lead just off the fact that they've been able to find these plates and funnel them into both Broken Blade and now to a degree Hans Summer. Knowing that he had the shield and support from Yike, and it will actually be G2 that have control over the Dragon. BDS, with the health that they had, I thought that they'd be more confident in actually going for the contest, but I guess because they used so many ults in the exchange, with so much of their utility gone, they said, you know what, we'll concede it, it's only the second Dragon of the game, and instead we'll look to try and put some cross-map pressure towards top.
You know, this game one reminds me of Winter Caps. Remember the Caps that was just always farming, like G2 a bit chaotic in sides, and they're always looking for these trades, and Caps was just this solid player who overfarms his mid laner and gets ahead individually, uses that in team fights later. Here in this game, ahead of the curve by a little bit, but
here both teams with very similar compositions. In terms of their execution, there is degrees of difference. Now Mickey, one in danger.
Again, once more, deep into the breach as Sheo just keeps him there, spaces him. Labrov helps out, but here's Hans Summer to the rescue. 80 carry, please save me, but I'm not sure he can. Mickey flashes away while Adam chases him down, and as he gets a kill, Broken Blade, yeah, he's bullying Nuke on the backside.
He just wins when he ends.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter.
I went back and I looked at the Fnatic series. In Game 2, he was 1-8 at Nautilus with a win. In Game 3, he was 0-8 at Nautilus with a win. So, you know, win game is all that matters to him. Yep.
They're all going to go down, though, at the very least. One step closer for G2 in that factor, but as they pick it up, BDS, they're not going to commit anything else. Note that Adam does have a teleport advantage for the meantime.
Fully stack those tiers, and that's going to be a huge spike for BDS with their front line as well.
Oh, as Labrov is walking in the fog of war, and we might pause that thought. A pick out here on the Rakan, but the quickness gives him space. He turns it into an engage, and for Labrov getting out with the depth charge on his head, he survives, and now G2 are in so much trouble as Adam starts running down and cleaving the ground. Yike flashes around, and now Ice is coming for him. Hans Summer gets off on the back line, and that's going to be the start of Baron.
Look at how strong this front line is from BDS. G2 just don't have the damage yet. And with the member down, BDS feel confident to start off the Baron.
They had no TP on Broken Blade, as Hysterics was saying, so BDS bring on Adam. And now Lebrov off on the side, has no flash, we can look for a potential engage, but Baron is gone.
Yike with no redemption either makes it that much harder. Broken Blade just tries to get something mid as Herald charge is still going to come through, but G2 might even lose Mickey here after that said charge. Was it worth it, my son? We'll have to find out in the long run. Ice with another kill.
For BDS to go and grab with the Baron at their backs. G2 were over-ambitious. I mean, I don't even... It's hard to criticize.
Turn into a numbers advantage for BDS, especially with Baron spawning, but now again, G2 first the objective.
And I mean, even the True Shot Barrage to start off this objective as Mickey goes in, but I don't know if he's going to get out this time. What do I mean this time? He's never getting out of these fights. Ice with a 4th kill opens up the show, and BDS in this series look like they're ready to go.
4v4 with that big tank out of the way, but now Adam just going to shove in, he'll back it up as Lebrov is going to escort him out, and Dragon will go to BDS.
Fine. And at no point have we ever really seen Nuke or Ice under any threat in this game.
But the funny thing is, that's what G2 used to do to BDS. Like, you'd see a clever TP ward the Broken Blade to go to cut off retreats. It feels like BDS is kind of taking a page out of that book and just turning it back, going onto G2, saying, hey, what are you going to do about it? You are the ones making mistakes.
And have come into that set mid-game that G2 always thrived in and pummeled them quite easily. I like it how Betty has said, showing as he does the damage to poke them down and threaten. Now with that Baron, they weren't able to break into tier 2s and through mid, but that pauses now. Kashay has to ult and flash away. So for G2, there's comeback potential with Broken Blade flashing in and a late TP from Nuke, but the jungler's already dead. Lebrov, his angle no longer exists because G2 have numbers in his face. Now running up is Broken Blade yet again, but G2 with their pick.
Now, BDS are trying to do the same because they see Broken Blade on the side. They're grouped as multiple members, and now they get the mid lane tower. So a huge amount of this game so far has been a case of who is creating these slight numbers advantages on the map, but G2 kind of getting out of that danger zone.
Ice damage is big, and Mickey, as he runs on in, is about to find out the cleaver of Adam and what it can do as well. Locked on down, Adam cares not. Lebrov gets him right into the engage. Again, the arrow will mean nothing as Show gets the ulti, but Lebrov this time will be taken down. Broken Blade thinks about the angle as Adam is just getting targeted as well, but it's still neck and neck. The health bar's better for BDS, but G2 have more members.
And if you go in, you're not always likely to get back out, and Lebrov got caught there, and BDS still technically win the fight from a health bar point of view, so they get the Dragon, but you do get that pick for G2.
Honestly, I really think I saved that fight for BDS.
Spotted.
All while that was happening, Nuke was pushing in the bot wave. He gets level 18. He can go back to base, TP in, and now they have the numbers advantage with caps and bot.
Rob.
Remember, Mickey's by himself. Hans Summer walking in as well. This could be a trap. Lebrov with the quickness as well finds the engage on the perfect target. Just like that, the dirt is gone. A quick double for our level 18 superstar, and BDS with yet another Baron make G2 fall.
A great sequence of plays from BDS. They controlled the map, they played it patiently, and they did exactly what they needed to do. Nuke on the bot side, creating that pressure, going back to base, TPing in. They had the numbers advantage, the nice flank from Lebrov. That was the level of execution we wanted to see.
And I feel like I've done Nuke dirty this game because I was like, oh, it's like winter caps where he farms and he's this reliable carry for the team.
To react, I was a little surprised that he didn't. In any case, we find BDS down the bot side of the map, setting their sights on G2's base.
Well, it is a flank. This is the last hurrah for G2 because they've already lost Mickey, or should I say about to, as Adam runs in from the side. Broken Blade now spotted out by the deep waters. Lebrov zones out. The arrow hits backline into Ice, but he's unperturbed. He's fine, everyone. With the Baron as well, he's leading the minions in. This ant is marching hard. Ice is now running forward yet again. Hitting the Qs is child's play for this man who has made a very different BDS this year and is making a very easy BDS for game number 1.
This looks spectacular for BDS. The poke is real. The damage is sticking. G2 are collapsing.
But again, the quickness rolls on in, and the BDS fans may be surprised that they start so strong. We're hyping up the G2 head-to-head. We're hyping up G2 in yet another challenging spot. But BDS are the ones, the shiners, they're looking to end here.
They certainly are. BDS from start to finish have found advantage after advantage. And now they're looking to secure game 1 against G2.
With an easy comp, with back to front, that's my BDS we remember. And with such easy gameplay, they take down the behemoths of G2 in game 1 and give them an edge here in season finals.
like they should have played more towards picks. This time around, G2 just have a stronger mid-game spike. Misfortune and Brand on what items are just strong.
You know, while you're talking about bot as well, don't forget, because of the passive of Ash, you kind of get more guaranteed setups for Ws as well. Harder to move.
G2 are just baiting them in, though. Yike is in the bottom side.
Shattering Strike, there's a cleanse as well, but the remount gets Ice up as we get the knock up. It's still going to be first blood over to Ice. He flashes and he gets out. Those 2 minions won't be enough with their range autos as Lebrov is like, I will kill you, Hans, as Caps in mid lane's going to die as well. G2, it's a melting pot, and the ingredient is top tier BDS. He's going back to his turret. Does this turn into a dive? Sheo over the wall could be it as Mickey's now here, but they pull it off anyway. Ice runs in, but it won't be a kill. Meanwhile, Ice ran into the Brand. A bit of a whoopsie here from the 80 carry, but it is a 1-for-1 try.
Punishing the misplays that we saw from G2, and this time again in a 2 versus 3, seeming to be the story of this series. He manages to make the outplay happen. He secures first blood, and now he finds himself with an early start.
And I think, again, we're talking about him because of how reliable he is once again as Adam going to get pulled back in. Hang on, Broken Blade might have something here, but Ice has already moved on up. The 80 carry to slow down as Adam flashes away. The wave is in the way.
Oh!
BB flashes and gets nothing for it. A harpoon to the face. And I think Broken Blade's mind is also broken.
What BDS did in summer was these early rotations top for the Void Grubs that are about to spawn in 20 seconds. Leaving Lebrov down on the bot side, though, was a great extra because it meant that Adam now ticks over towards level 6 very soon, so it's harder to punish. But Ice,
is it a bait? I mean, the dunk's going to come through. There's good damage. One more auto would seal the deal, but Broken Blade has to get in range. Shea's not going to let him. And look, Lebrov is here as well. Permafrost, knock up. Ice's autos. He's staying just out of range so he can do some damage. He baits him back in, but Ice will not give it over. A volley might even get the kill here as it's just out of range with Mickey now coming on in. The World Ender pulled on in as Ice eventually will he die? No! Guardian Lebrov, they're chasing down Mickey as well. G2, what has happened in the break? They are getting absolutely map diffed by BDS. On the edge this time as well on that Ash. That's now hit level 6 and game 1 damage is a bit high.
Yeah, 44% of the team's damage in game 1.
It's also really interesting to see why BDS are playing around him this game because they've been leaving him as these like solo moments to get the experience that Shale wants to dive Hans Sama.
I mean, I want to know if Hans is dead, but Ice is just taking turret aggro. This is a bit of a whoopsie here as the Brand ulti spreads and Hans gets a bit of a kill. Sheo now in a bit of trouble as well as his flash is almost back up and available, but it won't be there in time. A double over to Hans is a bit of a comeback from G2.
There was another kill for Hans. That could have been a very serious situation that BDS had to be cautious of.
And let's remember as well, with these early plays from BDS, it's not like it came with objectives. They were kills. But Grubs are going to go over 3 to G2 here in this early game, and Dragon as well.
Yeah, the fact you got that early Dragon for G2 is working out wonders for them, because either now you have a situation where if you can try and play through these early Dragon controls set up for team fights.
Crucial in that mid game, and they should have an advantage over BDS if they can find those fights.
Depends on ISO for now, making it rain as Shattering Strike sets up for the follow down, but Mickey's going to get turned on and just dies? No! The shield comes through and Ice has to cleanse to get out of range. Shield also burned by Lebrov as Hans Sama might not be out of the woods yet. We're getting the Gleaming Quill. A bait in. Lebrov is just dead. He was trying to bait for Sheo to come in, but Hans Sama
trying to push in that bottom side. Doesn't have ultimate available just yet, but trying to get control over the wave states so then he can move over towards this Dragon Pit as Adam looks onto Broken Blade.
Wait, equalized there as well. Broken Blade has to ulti too, but it's a flash to commit. Electro Harpoon for the slow. He's about to overheat, but he wants that auto attack damage. Another Electro Harpoon would set him off, but Caps is now teleported in. That's not fair. The ulti comes through. He tries to burn him alive. It's great damage, but not enough. Teleport committed for the kill on top side, while BDS are like, we got to do Dragon now.
And it's a good move from G2 because Broken Blade's TP wasn't going to be up for Dragon. Adam had his, so learning from the last game and saying, hey, we can't really take a fight 4 versus 5. Let's instead use that early Dragon we picked up, transport Caps to the top side, make a play, get plates from now as well. That's a huge swing of gold over towards G2.
I will also say that Broken Blade's just been bullied in the early game, right?
Wait for Ice, you know, this time we don't need to compare between builds for the Ashes. This is going to be 5 grubs, 6 grubs actually, as Hans Sama going to get ulted. He cleanses away immediately, damages huge. Lebrov can't get the knock up, so Ice has to flash away. Hans Sama has been standing his ground this game, and it's now paying massive dividends.
You're seeing the strength of Misfortune and why she was respected so much. Win over in the OPL, she is a very high priority pick, and Europe respected in the same way. Hans having a great play.
Angles there, blocked by Mickey though, but the equalizer is perfect. Mickey flashes away, but Nuke burns him down immediately. The burst unreal, and BDS with a quick pick.
With control around the objective. Kind of in their forte this time around. Broken Blade sitting on a ward. He doesn't know this. He thinks that BDS aren't familiar with his game, but they very much are. Ash Arrow.
Like playing Where's Wally, but you know where he is the whole time. You're just playing for your son. For the meantime, Broken Blade gets stunned up and Ice tries to turn it around. There's a good quickness though, and Ice ends up getting the kill. That was a nice bait as first turret goes down.
I don't think they wanted to invest the quickness, but they kind of saw how much damage was going onto Ice, and they were like, maybe we don't risk this. So Broken Blade will be collapsed on once more. Adam now alone in the top lane probably will equalize the wave just to make sure that he doesn't get any sort of pressure on him. And the cleanse was still down, so that could have been it. That could have been the moment that BDS needed, but swing and a miss, and now G2 we get the last outer turn on the bot side as BDS try to cut off Caps, but there's just no way that they can do it.
Rob doesn't want to take the pick. Instead, Caps just goes over the wall and pushes him out. Second Dragon for G2 now looking more likely here as the health bar does come into advantage of BDS for Iowa.
It's Broken Blade that's been brought into mid lane to push out that wave. With the fact that they have that pushing wave in bot as well. Yeah, BDS, I mean, they don't have the Sejuani ultimate. One of their key engages, they said that it's not worth trying to force the fight. They'll just take the flash away from Hansama. Second Dragon secured for G2, third of the game. Describe it as Caps isn't a problem up until he is.
Okay.
And I think it's safe to say Caps is a bit of a problem right now.
And I think that it was that initial play on towards the top side, the one where they traded for Dragon, that really set up Caps for that big lead, and now he just gets to reap the benefits as G2 bully their way onto the bottom side.
The BDS have to deal with Hansama, no flash, remember.
That pick again, the arrow connects. The cleanse is available though, but used again as the quickness locks him down. They need to commit, and they full do. Shut down over to Nuke as they turn it over to Mickey. He went in deep after his 80 carry dropped on down, but now with Caps here in full lightning surge.
Open up that side, it's good control, patient play, what you're supposed to do. But meanwhile, mid is being pushed in. That bot jungle is completely denied of all vision. Caps continues to take resources and push in this bot wave, and
G2 just get a free Dragon start. You can see TP even committed towards mid lane. Caps gets back to the wave, and BDS are coming late to the show.
But Caps just wants to keep the mid wave turret down, and because he's got Runins, great, he's done it. Now G2 might actually look for the fight after, but they're just going to try and force BDS back.
As well, Hex flashed the wrong way. Doesn't want to commit just yet. He's spotted out by a wall, but Baron's already started up. At 5k, it's going down fast. It burns as BDS put this game 2 on the line. Caps ulti out as well. He starts firing as Mickey gets burnt down, though. The health bar's not great until they turn it with Hansama's ulti. Broken Blade is unleashed and flapping his wings at Shayo. Caps unleashes as he gets too low to continue on. Nuke is still a threat on the way out, too, and BDS have used some tools here while Hansama starts healing up.
But Caps is still going in that top side, so BDS, they need to try and start up this objective, but it's a second Dragon for an inhibitor turret?
Oh,
I take that every day of the week as G2.
I'm scared because Broken Blade's on a flank as well with everything up and available. He won't be spotted out. He gets zoned out until the ward, and Dragon going down while Caps, as you said, is getting the top lane turret. Dragon does indeed get denied by BDS for the soul, but Caps has taken it all, broken the base down.
I think he does.
Okay, well, we're about to find out because Caps is going to take it. You know that he's coming over the wall. Here's a lightning surge. Nuke gets out of the way, but Caps starts chasing, but out of range until he flashes the arrow.
Oh, no way!
The arrow from downtown! Vanilla Ice gives a shutdown over to Nuke, but Broken Blade takes one in response, but now he's in the middle of the whole of BDS. This guy, as an addition to the LEC, was insane by BDS, but now the Baron for the cost. G2 are quick with the fingers too.
And they have to finish it off, and they'll be able to take it. BDS weren't able to get a position, so it's 2 kills for 1. But how much can BDS get off the back of this? These backs are going to be stopped by Lebrov, so BDS can keep pushing.
I question whether BDS needed all 5 members on the bottom side of the map, even if they just had 1 or 2 on the top side to delay G2 from securing that objective. Perhaps there was a world in which they could answer the Baron.
Dissuade a lot of that G2
Arrow.
pressure. As it goes
Close call.
Lebrov!
He's still thinking about it. Quickness is there, remember. He has everything up and available, but Caps gets over the wall, not far enough! He doesn't get to play Subway Surfers in game 2.
20 seconds on Caps. He has the TP available. This is a choke point for G2.
Oh,
A Rumble ultimate.
But wait, Lebrov can just fire back the equalizer. Beautiful, but Broken Blade fires first. I mean, the problem is he hasn't died just yet. The poke needs to come through and finish the job as G2 are getting low. Adam flashes forward. The Electro Harpoon not connecting as he goes golden. BDS haven't got the commitment just yet as Mickey stuns him in place, but it's messy. The arrow in the backfire as G2 collapsed. BDS came in today ready to pack their clothes, their shoes, their boats, their motor motorcycles and go to Munich.
Forced the 4v5. They could have just stalled, waited for Caps to respawn. There was 10 seconds left on that timer the moment that they started that fight, but it was over before he could really get involved in the action. It is gone from the side of BDS, but they have the health advantage. G2 still have Zeri's ultimate. They still have Hans' ultimate, crucially.
Waiting to see if G2 can fight back. We've criticized them, we've looked at their gameplay, but BDS are now in front of the Baron. Yike is looking for a steal, but they won't give it to him. Great poke that comes through from Nuke, and they turn back and they take the purple worm. Another road built up inch by inch in game 2 again.
Look at Ice's ultimate though. This Ashe cooldown is so low. Caps tries to go in, but Ice can turn soon. That's the ultimate available now for the Ashe.
Mickey doesn't have flash available, so he can't make that distance. BDS move up to the top side. They've got Baron enhanced recalls. Mickey wants to stop this by himself, but Mickey will get turned and burned and everything in between. Ice gets the kill. Now Caps runs up, but he knows he can't stick around.
The map, because they're forcing G2 back. They overextend. Broken Blade. Where are you going?
Oh my god, he sidesteps so, but he's still going to get pulled back. Equalizer still goes down, but Adam is down. Broken Blade gets some golden. Yike gets redemption down a little bit lower. It's a pick for G2, but it won't stop BDS from the top side.
It's chaos right now. BDS wanted to reset after the Baron, but after finding that pick onto Mickey, they knew that they could push their advantage. Being pushed in by Broken Blade, no TP available for him. And we calm down as we set up for the ensuing fight.
Because Baron is still running while this Dragon Soul is going to be up as well. But the engage starts with Mickey, but again, it's on the front line until Ice dies in the mix of it as well. BDS have found their way back as they look for Broken Blade here in the front to back, plays it out. Nuke is still alive, but the health bars are shattered.
Comp for G2.
Boy. Doesn't have a Warmogs, but he's still healing up. Yike flashes in though, and he lands everything! Yike gets turned on still though. Nuke doesn't die. The redemption helps out again. How does Nuke not die? As Caps is burnt down, and now Adam is looking for the Electro Harpoon. He doesn't land it, but Dragon's up in 10 seconds. As Caps, a crucial mistake. The legend of the mid lane has blundered in front of BDS.
Like this. A situation that should have gone so well for G2. BDS find the outplay, and they will secure the soul.
No way.
Hansama is stunned up in place. He doesn't have Merc Trades. He's dead. Ice is going to slow him down at the very least. He doesn't want to take the 1v1 or lose the GA, but Hans being delayed here is massive for the game. The W slow, Nuke's here, Hans dies, and his death timer is desynced.
Connect from Yike, but it's not enough as BDS find themselves on the siege.
The gatekeepers want to become the kingmakers as they go for Caps.
QSS down again. Shao just pops the ulti, gets the item. Easy done deal. We shake on it, and BDS open up the base. Mid is now in tatters as bot is going to be the same, and BDS could it be the 2-0 start? No one expected it. Everyone said they're underdogs, but G2 are getting pummeled.
They certainly are. BDS, they have the souls, they have GAs. They're looking to secure their second inhibitor, and it is G2 that is crumbling.
Now, don't let me be disingenuous. A pummel is not the right word, but you know that BDS at this point now is starting to do it with all the tools. Shao doesn't connect, so BDS one tool down, but the cooldown at this point in the game won't be long. They try to buy more time as that bottom wave is slowly channeling in. G2, though, get equalizer. They get arrowed. Hansama cleanses the way, but Caps is destroyed. Lebrov, full commit. He charms everyone, while Ice now just starts free-firing. He cleanses the way, but his volley finishes off Yike. BDS came in today ready to play, and G2 are caught off guard.
They were not strong enough to handle the weight of BDS. This team continues to find the fights. They will get the better, and they're going to go 2-0 up in the series.
They managed to catch out G2 over and over, punish those mistakes. Now G2 try to hold on to their turrets, but they're being forced back.
Hansama so low, the full engage is there though. G2 finally gets something good as BDS are still left with 3 and with an Ocean Soul and GA. It doesn't matter. Nuke is going off again. There's a meltdown. There's a crash on the ground. And G2 are dumbfound. BDS moved to match point with a clean 2-0 start. When fate is in their hands for Worlds this year, they will not go quietly into that night.
A result that no one expected.
Olaf.
Olaf, is it the first? No, he must have played Olaf so far, but
I mean, he loves playing it.
Yeah,
But
I don't really know if it's so good given that there's a Seraphine and an Ivern. There's just so many shields where I feel like you might just end up doing 0 damage. So
I wouldn't be surprised to see this pressure continue from Yike, though. Is actually he's going to be engaged on.
They're converging. LeBron flashes for this because he wants that concussive blows, and he's going to find it onto Yike. He takes damage, though, in the meantime, but you can see mid lane is fighting out on the back while Yike tries to kite around Hansama, flashes out as LeBron becomes first blood. Ice goes on in and wants to go to melee range, but Caps is there first. Nuke doesn't want to fight anymore. Sheo doesn't want to fight anymore. And G2's early game off with a bang.
Should be able to get these Void Grubs for himself because he knows Sheo more than likely is on this part.
Caps just traded off. A constant push here from Caps as you'd expect. Good phosphorus bomb, but Satchel Charge is also doing work. There's a full commit though. The flash away is a bait to play. Caps back in and 2 kills early.
Cross map of objectives. Daisy doing a great job of tanking that up for Yike. Ultimately, at the very least, Sheo able to get something back. A player that do want to give a huge shout out, continues to have a great series. I think one of the biggest strengths of BDS is him returning to the tanks. And I want to say that we have seen great carry performances from him throughout the summer split.
Yeah.
And I don't think that his performance on those champions is kind of what hurt BDS's overall performance, but it was clear that he provided a role on the team when he is that tank. Blade of the Ruin King secured for mid lane. Iceborne Gauntlet as well.
It's already started. The arrow kicks us off. It's into the Brom, but he blocks the damage. The counter engage from Sheo is there. Now for the Seraphine ult, we sing a song, but it's into LeBron. Again, Caps wants the kill on him, so he jumps on in, but LeBron, with his final breath, baits him through. Ice gets over the wall and starts battering away. Caps lucky to be alive as well as we got blinking health bars, but Hansama is now controlling the fight. He dodges the Mystic shot from Ice. He dodges the rest of the fight from BDS, and G2 dodge themselves what feels like a point of power as they win this fight, equalizing 7-0.
It's a 4-0 fight in favor of G2. It may even turn to 5 as Broken Blade has found Adam, the shield, the Braum,
the flash. Adam close to dying himself, but he presses W. LeBron gets the kill. It's 1 finally for BDS. Brazil can be happy to be represented, but G2 still with the big win.
Comes through for him. He's even tanking the grubs. G2 just soak up so much damage. And with that spike also secured for Caps, it just went their way.
Sheo in trouble. Redemption's coming down, but Caps is in. He's feeling himself this game, and G2 finally signs of life in this series. Hansama flies through as well, and Nuke gets slowed down, has to flash away again. Dragon will be theirs, and last game was close, but this game is an absolute stomp in the early game.
G2 are relentless. They are ruthless in chasing down BDS the second they step anywhere near them, and there's nothing that BDS can do. G2 consistently showing up and finding those moments to pick them off. They thought it was going to be a trade before the Rift Herald on top side, but G2 just going to take Dragon and Towers instead.
I love this progression of series. Like, game 1 was astounding for BDS. Game 2 was chaotic, back and forth.
In terms of his ability to actually start fights. And we're seeing the value of that Seraphine. I think that G2 is only going to continue to scale even stronger as the game goes on. And I mean, just based on how they're executing the draft, this game looks very favorable for G2.
But I think as well, like, credit to G2 in the draft, because they set it up so that then the only engaged champions left were going to be ones that were
being like very clean and crisp on their execution.
Like this, maybe Undertow comes through. Yike is behind him though, so I don't know if Adam can really 1v2. He sees him and says, nope, I'm getting out of there. The rocket jump is there. Here comes a redemption on top of that. Caps back up the full TP as well. Sheo also brought in the Thunder. A double factor on G2, but they're still so good in this fight. You can see Broken Blade zones them off, sends them packing. Lebrov over the wall, helps out for the time being. There's his ulti, is disengaged from Broken Blade, stops him in his tracks. Hansama now ready to fly as well. Ice doesn't have much matter to contribute, and for G2, top turret was what they came for.
Caps is never alone.
No.
Yike is always in his back pocket and is just there to make sure that he can force BDS back. They will get the tower. How much more can they get though?
Big question, isn't it? Because Grubs are doing a bit of work. G2 with only 1, but it's enough, especially with Tristana. They open up top. Enhanced recall is going to get them back, and they still maintain that gold lead that we've been spruiking about all game long. Solaf again struggling to have input there, and I mean, we got to see what could be the closest fight between him and Caps in this game going on. Inatara going to be threatened. Caps will take this by himself with the Herald, and Hansama now pushing through mid. It's a complete map domination. And this series, I say it again, it's been so not polarizing, that's the wrong word. There's been such a contrast between these three games.
What playmaking options does he have?
But also, I think it's the Ashe pick as well. Like, this was so crucial to finding those plays in the last game where they were just getting picks and finding moments against Caps, catching Hansama overextended. I think correctly identifying that, look, this Ashe pick has been so crucial to the success of BDS.
Shayo just has to watch this go as top side. There's TP, Adam. He went deep for Broken Blade. He's got no turret to stand on, and so he has to turn onto Caps, onto Broken Blade. It doesn't matter. Adam is struggling to live this game, and this Olaf pick has not worked out. Objective bounty, but G2, they need to see Shayo, and Shayo is so far away.
It's double fork. This is so quick. Adam,
And
goodbye.
Adam, is he dead? The answer is yes. Redemption again. Let's heal up part 2. Electric Boogaloo.
HP dropping to about 4.5k. Shayo looking for a potential steal.
The only way to get back in the game, isn't it? As G2 just go over for the attempt anyway, and Nuke is going to get altered, and he's dead. Broken Blade takes care of business. Hansama is keeping the Baron well entertained as Shayo gets exploded. G2 back in form in this series. This is still rounding out as clean as you'd like if you're a G2 fan hoping for that miracle reverse sweep.
Sights on BDS's base.
There's very little that BDS can really do. Bottom tower going to go down. Nuke going to take up his regular spot. Split push on the side. Actually going to try and come across the mid because they see Caps, but I don't really think there is much that you can do here because you've got several members of BDS on top side, so they just lose the inhibitor.
Broken Blade under turret, cares not. I mean, look at the shielding. He walks through, walks back in. He's like, hang on a minute, we're still fine. He paints turret for the whole transaction. Inhib drops with a 2, and BDS just don't know what to do. As Betty has already said, it does feel like their options have been limited. We've gone from game 1 where BDS can chill and let their comp do the talking to game 3. It's like getting a fully well done steak when you ordered medium rare. You're not gonna eat it, you're just gonna go home.
I mean, it very likely looks like a game for Hansama. Gets very low, but he's back up nice and healthy. The Kazante sets up the play. That's one member gone. 27 minutes in, G2's looking to bring us to game 4.
It's 12-1, it's 3 dragons to 0. It is a gold lead unsurmountable. It is G2 who've risen to the occasion, woken up to the series, and finally we get to see the power of these individual members. Cap spaces are back, and BDS in this game have been shut up. We got a series on our hands, boys. It just depends how far G2 can push it.
With G2 having a lot of pick potential themselves, their engaged tools are largely reliant on Ashe landing an arrow or Nautilus landing a hook.
4.5 minute reset, so then you can push out top wave and then go for the early void grubs, but it's just become less of a thing because you just become very predictable as a team then, and teams can figure out how to play against you. And oftentimes it had been a case of, oh, well, we're going for a Ashe in bot lane that provides the push that then can lean us into that play, so it almost becomes like quote-unquote
The bot fight dragons, and it kind of became this epiphany where they were like, how valuable are grubs really?
Yeah.
And now it's become much more of a trading situation where you kind of just go for the objective that makes the most sense based on the map. Grubs secured for G2, dragons secured for BDS.
Was the cha-cha slide. Now, Kazante solo kills here because it's Kazante. Why? You may ask, as Equalizer's there. He ultis over it. Broken Blade in trouble, though. Over the Equalizer! It's a solo kill! Never, ever listen to me again. That first blood comes in hot.
Heat up to the top end, so they can't really now play to move him around the map. Instead, they're going to try and shift Ezreal up very quickly and get some of that experience and go back onto Broken Blade by ensuring that he can catch that bottom wave completely by himself.
Shayo just does grubs. In the meantime, Yike is zoning off. Labrov goes over the wall and now threatens Yike for the counter engage. 3 grubs were G2's start of the game, but Shayo's going to wait here, Q down, and take 3 grubs for his own. So matched on the top side here with an Infernal Dragon sitting there waiting for a potential reset on bot.
I feel like BDS could contest this, but I guess because Nuke still has to catch the mid wave and Ezreal can't really get involved right now, they don't want to take the risk. They'll be happy conceding it. It's not the end of the world, not a big deal. BDS say, fine, you have it. we're in a perfectly fine spot as is.
I want to see what Lebrov does here, though, because Alistair hits level 6, potential dive on the cards here against Hansama. He's going to TP back to the bot side, whereas Broken Blade hasn't, so now he's just spotted now on that ward. G2 immediately move away, but bot tower and trade.
He's indeed gone.
I really think that G2 are being wise about this, though, because we look at the atomization, Trinity 4 spikes again for Nuke and Ice mean that G2 would very likely lose a fight. The Smolder isn't scaled up yet.
Yep.
Hansama isn't that strong on the Ashe just yet, and this is a large part of why they faltered in game 1.
And bit of Fnatic. But Dragon's up. That's what's more important. Third Dragon here. TP coming in. Daggies. Set me up as Arrow comes through. Never mind. Double TP. Smolder's mum finds the rift. There's an engaged depth charge as well. Equalizer comes out as Shao's ulti is a little behind. Hansama untouched as Mickey gets low. Massive rocket from Nuke, but Dragon resets. Still an option there for BDS with the health bars.
We're starting to see the BDS patience slip.
Regaining his confidence. BDS looking to contest this.
Hansama regaining his position, or should I say Mickey is, as the Hexgate Rift makes things fast. Broken Blade with a big pick share. Re-engages as Hans gets poked on out Ice. The position is huge! He re-engages, LeBron gets the 3-man knockup. Wait, BDS have woken up a little bit as Broken Blade gets tagged down, but Nuke is free firing. He's got an ace machine, and Caps ain't gonna be clean. BDS chased down. There's the Valkyrie forward. G2 running for their life.
They need the Ashe arrow to land. They need to have that Norless ultimate follow through. They need a good Zyra ultimate. But if those things are gone, then what real way is the G2 to have to start a fight outside of Broken Blade, maybe finding a flank? It feel that a single fight could swing the momentum of the whole game.
True.
Because Baron is now on the cards.
I like that BDS is whispering. He's telling me that something's about to go down, but he doesn't want to wake the neighbors. Right now, G2 are going to start building up Rampage. They're onto the Dragon, and they don't care if they make noise. BDS walking in, the Dragon already gone. It's 2 apiece. BDS think about their position in this fight, but they don't pull any triggers.
That attention to detail and a single mistake is all it could take. Could this be it?
Well, LeBron might be caught out. Dredgeline could be that, but it could be a ruse as well. We question with a headbutt that disengages the fight, and Caps comes on in now with his Executors. Mum flies in as well. 1Q, LeBron knows and has to flash away. Good poke that comes through from Nuke and Ice on the back end as G2 have gotten rid of the engage tool from BDS.
Ice is doing so much, though. Caps is
Equalizer
going
on the back end. Adam has flash available, but Caps is out of range. He's low, he has to back, but he has TP. The potential thereof. Shao getting some vision. Ice is here too with Lebrov. Bot side completely cleared out of vision, and that Dragon is now spawned.
It's very risky for G2 to try and give up this Dragon because Hextech Soul is just so incredibly powerful, but they did draw BDS up.
Mickey flash forward. It's from flash for flash. Step charges there. Dredgeline arrow as well. The follow through, but where's the follow-up damage? The ulti all burn. Nuke is about to die, but he takes a while. A 1-for-1 trade is in the meantime. Ice has to get out of there. Broken Blade is charged in. Lebrov almost burning down. What a pick. Mickey sets it up, and Nuke is down for 45.
The return damage from Nuke was so devastating, but it wasn't quite enough. After the arrival of Broken Blade, he's able to secure that kill, get that shutdown, and this will put G2 on soul point. So much of the damage now gone for BDS.
Question marks on Mickey's Nautilus, and he comes up clutch there. Now Caps trying to put pressure on mid. Lebrov is back.
Sticking around for this. There's still good damage from the Ezreal. Caps flies away and gets a turret in the end as well. You can see that execute threshold still scares BDS enough.
Turning back over towards the Baron. Caps is on reset. He has no TP.
Yeah, he has no TP.
Adam's got the equalizer back up and available. Ice tries to zone off Yikers. Remember, the wild growth was just used, but it's almost back up and available. I think we've got a timer on it as well. G2 run on in, and BDS are trying to flip this game, give themselves a match point to remember. Mickey jumps on in, the zone control huge from Shao. They go for the Baron, they take it down, while Lebrov sacrifices his life, and Mickey has to get zoned away. Almost dies to Ice as 4 Barons up and available. Counter down as BDS run for their lives. The Smolder Mum gets some damage down as Ice is in the front line, but Arcane shifts away. G2 can't get any more kills.
See these slows coming through, but now BDS opening up on the bot side. They shoved in mid, rotate over to the bot side, and want to get as much value as possible from this Baron. Walking into Mom, into Yikes, ultimate as well, just making it so difficult to control that area.
Arrow, Lebrov caught out. Lebrov having to ult. Lebrov might now have to flash. The grasping roots predicts it, but he waits. He gets out from the wild growth as well, but the burn, the execute, LeBron backing where he had no business being, and G2 used that experience button again.
Here, Lebrov just shouldn't have flashed. Should have just accepted his death.
Adam in, I mean, he's got a shield, he feels comfortable, but for how long? Equalizer down, but you have no support. Engage, caught out, 2 picks against BDS, and now Broken Blade brings himself into 3. A triple knockback, a disengaging ult. G2, there's blood in the water, and BDS are caught napping. Now LeBron's back on in, but you've lost your mid lane carry. Ice has to get out. LeBron's dead again, and BDS, the curse keeps on going.
One by one, they roll into G2, and one by one, they're stomped into oblivion. G2 want to push this to a game 5.
On the line results in a lapse of judgment from BDS. As 4 members, they tried to contest the space that they weren't allowed to contest. It is a 4v5. That river does not belong to you.
Vision. Caps again pushing in that top side, creating pressure on the map that BDS have to respond to, have to do something to contest.
Look at Broken Blade, he just walks up with no fear.
Oh, the flash stretch line arrow goes into Lebrov. It's an okay start, you'd say, but G2 with the Hextech Soul are right on these frontline carries. Nature's Grasp rolls in though as Nuke gets hooked on in, poked down, and hit around. There in the back line, eyes go sky high as Lebrov goes down low, but BDS too slow. G2 with another fight, and this time they're going to open up the base.
With everything that they've got, and BDS, those tiny mistakes have resulted in disaster. Broken Blade is truly unstoppable as he looks for another fight.
Casante is only the start of it as well. Every time BDS go in, now G2 pick them apart. Arrow.
He just was there the entire time, and there's nothing that BDS can do.
And you can say the pressure's getting to them. I just watched that fight of Ice hitting 1 Q out of 7. Like, it really shows the game state. It shows you how BDS, again, another game 5, another BO5. A date with destiny, it feels like, as G2 carrying Mad Lions on their back to Worlds as well. BDS, their own run, in danger now.
In a position like this, so BDS, this is dire straits for them now.
Sheo on the angle, throws out the ultimate. Looking to try and buy a bit of space. I don't really see how an engage can happen here, but Broken Blade will not be perturbed.
Oh, the arrow makes it so. Sheo is meant to be the tank here, but away he goes. Han Summer with another. BDS have to deflect, reflect, leave, and think about what's next in a game 5, because Broken Blade is unkillable, and this turret and Inhibitor are next to go.
The tower will quickly fall, and Inhibitor short to follow. The hook connects from Mickey.
There's a will, there's a way. That's what I've learned about G2 here today. They run in, they stop BDS in their tracks. Lebrov has to leave once again in front of the Nexus turrets. They've got a date with destiny once more.
There's nothing that BDS can do. They just have to watch as their base falls apart. G2 continue to fish for hooks. They continue to look for picks. Sheo alive in 8 seconds, but even if he's here, I don't know if he can stop this.
Nexus turrets are melting like butter with Broken Blade having a demolition. Now Mum to fly through. They have to flash away, but a bare Nexus with the Nature's Grasp. G2 deflect once more, but then go back on the counter-attack. Good flips away as the minions are coming in. Dredge line catches too, and Caps is now cleaning up. From a 2-0 start to BDS to now Silver Scrates. G2 are indeed inevitable. So we get it in a game 5 with a Mundo as well. Gentlemen, who wants to start in this game 5, rounding this up?
It does feel to me like this is very much a comfort for BDS. A nice job, though, for Ansalmon to get in front of Mickey, because I think a couple more of those Mystic shots would have spelled disaster for him, but we'll be able to hold on to those Summoner spells. Will be the push as level 2 now hits. Mickey!
Oh, Mickey! Engage and getting the lockdown from a bad start to now a great fall. First blood, and Mickey's back.
And connects onto Ice. The cleanse offered no real value in that situation. Woo! But this is an environment like we talked about, the mental.
Wait. Nuke was still tanking up the minions.
He was forced to flash.
Now they feel comfortable with Caps hitting level 6 first, moving down for this first Dragon of the game.
Talked about it, Doctor. Early Dragon priority going to be the secure for G2. Level 6 is starting to come through, which means that with these ultimates available.
These hooks, like in this game, got all early on.
Yeah.
They got Dragon, and now they're getting 3 grubs. Uncontested as Sheo seems to be behind.
I mean, you took the words right out of my mouth, as Adam now in a bit of danger.
Yeah.
This early game jungle advantage is going heavily in favor of Yike. Sheo.
Season finals, the end of summer as well. We're thinking what forms is going to be in. Arrow pauses me and hits! Nuke locked! Caps flash! Nuke dead! That arrow, these actions, unreal. Nuke's got to be sick of seeing Mickey on his screen so nearby all the time. No, Sheo unfortunately hasn't been able to cover too much, and Mickey is just in their face. Dragon being taken. Lebrov, you're right, it tries to get predicted by Mickey as he waits out the cooldown. True Shot Barrage for the steal, but it's a smite down from Yike. 2 dragons for G2 in the early game. That 2K gold lead.
Like, hold my beer, I've got this, as he goes on a magical journey he never wanted to go on. And that's another pick for G2.
3 kills to 0, and the pressure only continues to mount. A steal from Ice, but again, we mentioned it earlier, G2 only need 1 more, and they're going to be able to secure it. This game already feels like it's rapidly slipping away from BDS. They're able to control the bleeding as much as they can, and this is not good for controlling that bleeding.
It's not, he's got to get out, he needs help, but he's dead! How many times this series have we seen Lebrov die for deep vision?
How many times have we seen BDS in this game just caught out 1 by 1?
Yeah.
Sheo just gone, Lebrov just gone. And to be fair to Nuke, he did have multiple members in his lane when he died, but it has just been a disaster of an early game for BDS, and this is exactly where G2 like to be. Caps, fed, side lane options for him. He's going to take over on Tristana.
Oh, they're going to give the Herald to him as well, as they often do, so that he can be a split push menace, because we've come to learn that they don't use that Herald to siege towers. They use it to give Caps an extra escape route when he's split pushing.
And now with that option available, we'll see Nuke at least able to defend, but while we speak of Caps, I should also mention 1,600 gold is the lead. Jishim should be the Archangels for better dueling, and Cap's already there at his 2nd item. Cap's got a bounty again. And while CS is even, there's so much gold, just keeps going over to this Tristana with 4 grubs. They just got Dragon as well. Every time I look at the map or the game, it's just a G2 good story.
Themselves in said room. Twice they've been reverse swept by Fnatic, once by Mad Lions, and now potentially by G2, because this is not a train that is going to stop anytime soon. G2 want to mercilessly put down BDS in this game.
Hey, gold lead, it's huge. Dragon's coming up 30 seconds, only a Chemtech soul, but still, it's a soul that leads to Elder. It's a soul that's a permanent buff for G2 if they get it.
And my eyes are on Nuke. I feel like he's been the man that has really stepped up for BDS this year, has been one of the stronger mid laners that we have.
Dragon starts.
The poke from Ice continues to be ruthless. He's connecting Q after Q. The ultimate follows through, and G2, they're going to have to disengage. They find a moment of reprieve as they're able to deny the soul, get a bounty. Unfortunately, G2 set their sights on the mid-tier 2.
Yeah, Caps going to be able to take that, but it was Caps who was a little bit late to the party, hadn't TP'd back in, wanted to reset before he did now. Oh, Adam, wait a
is
sec.
running in, G2 with a massive turn. Adam caught out and flashes away. Maximum dosage launches Caps, jumps in as well. Ice in trouble, in danger! BDS lured in. It's a nature scrap from Sheo, but in the backline they've already lost Ice. They're looking for Caps, but Lebrov can't do it. BDS, they're fading, they're falling. The reverse sweep is crawling, and I really do think BDS are indeed cursed.
BDS fans are bawling as they look at their screens. An ace for G2. And with that, it feels like once more G2 will find their way to Munich.
They're gonna take the inhibitor. The death timers were only 24 minutes in. BDS don't have a kill. BDS don't have a tower. They are 10,000 gold behind.
He's got the better of them.
And now Mad Lions must be grinning from ear to ear. You know, they're looking at a world spot yet again as G2 start the Baron, and BDS off on the edge here. We're only going to find out now. Sheo needs that said miracle dag to ask, but will we receive? Chains in, Sheo disengaged. Mickey sacrifices his life, but Baron goes down to Yike as close as that true shot barrage is.
And I don't think that red buff belongs to you, BDS.
Mickey thinking about a Hex Flash over the wall. Ghost has popped Broken Blade's there. Dredge line into Adam, and he ain't as tanky as he feels. His arrow will fly short, but the brand ult will not. Petrifying Gazo from Nuke gives options, but flash away from Han. Sama keeps him alive. Nuke's Cassiopeia, while it looked great in the draft, hasn't been able to play the game.
He ends up falling, Lebrov ends up falling. The wall that was BDS's top side has crumbled, and now with the Baron buff, G2 set their sights on the second inhibitor and maybe even the game.
I mean, now the death timers are long enough. Inhibitor's going to start it off. I mean, BDS were given this window of hope, and G2 are quick to close it as the engage comes from Sheo. G2 battle down a Nexus turret to lock BDS out of Munich, of season finals, and out of Worlds. They're paving a road, and G2, nobody will get in their way as they lock in their place at Munich and once again define this region.
These were some of the best highlights from today's 2024 LEC Summer Playoffs matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.